I'm Justin Davis, and this is Drone Camps RC. What's up, dudes? Today we're going to review the Larva-X HD. Let's open it up and check it out. It has the Caddx Baby Turtle on board, getting 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is pretty sweet. 2 to 3S battery, tons of extras in the box. You get some extra 3-inch props in here as well. This is the screw-on kind. Caddx control board, extra whoop style ducts, canopy, and 2 batteries. That's the combo that I got. The wheelbase is 125 millimeters. And that's actually a unibody, so it is fairly easy to work on and replace if you have to pull everything off and work on it again. Polypropylene canopy and Baby Turtle on board. There it is, 1080p video with 60 frames per second. I like the Baby Turtle because it's kind of foolproof. You just plug it in, put your SD card in there, and it starts recording. RXSR receiver came on mine as well. I've got 2 antennas, one out the top, one tucked in right here so it doesn't go in the props. 200 milliwatt VTX, it's adjustable down to 25 milliwatt, and the micro UX2 antenna. You want to zip tie that down so it doesn't pop off and you lose it. Happening in the stack right here, and the Caddx DVR button, start stop buttons in the very back right there. You just push that to start and stop. Crazy Bee F4 FR Pro, 12 amp ESCs on this baby, and we have plug and play motors, which is cool. No solder design if you need to replace one. Beta flight port is right here as well. That's easy to get to. And an XT30, most of the micros have those these days. And we have 1203 6200 kV open bottom motor design with that 3-inch HQ prop on the very top. That's a bi-blade prop. Let's see what the weight is by itself. 62 grams, not bad. With the 3S450, we're getting up to 103 grams. So let's go ahead and do some flying and get right into the FPV test. Now you're looking at the Caddx DVR. This is 1080p at 60 frames per second. It's what most of us have wanted for a while on our race quads and micros. 30 frames just doesn't cut it. But what I noticed right away about the flying characteristic is that it handles really well, and I expected that. It doesn't fly that much different from the original Larva, which is great because the Caddx Baby Turtle doesn't add a whole lot of weight to it. The previous versions that had dual layer DVR stacks really did add a lot of extra weight, and on something that could be classified as a whoop or even a toothpick, you can feel the difference. At least I can, and it starts to feel kind of piggy the way it flies. I do notice kind of a little bit of jello in this video. I would say that the tune could be just a little bit better, but man, the colors look fantastic. Caddx Baby Turtle. I've always been a fan of this one because the DVR is really simple to use. Basically, put in your Extreme SanDisk card and start recording. It automatically starts to record. You can see it on the display on the DVR on your Caddx camera there in your goggles. Now just do a little loop back down. Really nice. But this feels like a quad that I've flown before because the quads that I like out there, and there's an example of that jello. You can't really see the jello until you're really boosting. That was kind of a punch out for you guys, but I'm not mad at this camera. Now when I smooth out, just back off the throttle a little bit, way less jello, but I can still see some if I want to get critical. But again, this quad feels like some other quad that I've flown before, and this is one of my favorite type of power setups for micros. A 3S battery, 1200 series motors, really nice control. I'm able to get in there nice and close to the curb. Wouldn't do that with a 5-inch so close to the curb, but man, you can really get these micros in there close. And this is flying without the ducts on there. If you want to make it a whoop, you can have a little more protection for your props and your motors and your frame. It'll just give the concrete something to bounce off of before hitting your frame, which is always nice. But I did durability test the canopy as well. The canopy is actually pretty solid. The polypropylene holds up really well. It took a really hard concrete hit. I can't talk today. And back down. Super nice. So I think that the price is justified on this one. I'm really not mad at this quad at all, because I love the way it does have that toothpick feel to it. It's a really great flyer. If I can, I'll work on a tune for you guys and maybe tune out some of that jello. You can also try different props. You can prop down a little bit sometimes, and that will smooth out some jello. 2306 props. You can do quad blade props. 2306 work great. Old school gym fans. Those are great on these motor combos. You'll still have plenty of float. Really nice. So now let me show you guys some DVR from my goggles and just show you what this Caddx camera looks like. It looks pretty good. Of course, not half as good as the 1080p at 60 frames per second, but right here, man, I went to turn around and it almost went on the other side of that fence, which is a no-fly zone, no retrieval zone. You'd have to jump that fence and go inside that little patio area, which I would not want to do because I'd be on camera. Pretty much everything right here is on camera. Smile, you're on camera. Pretty much anywhere you go these days, that's the way it is. But you can see right here, I'm running 25 milliwatt. There is quite a bit of breakup right here, but man, there's a ton of stuff in between me and the quad right there. So again, I'm not super mad at that. And you can adjust it up to 200 milliwatt if you want to do some little further away flying. Really get out there and send it. They also have a TBS nano receiver combo. You could really do some mountain flying with this thing if you wanted to. The coolest thing about micros is that they can go places that other quads can't go, and especially true for something this size. It's a super small wheelbase. Looks like a lot of water up there. Not good. I was contending with a ton of water on the ground this afternoon flying. All the grass is basically an electric blanket, carbon conductive electric blanket full of dew and rain from the night before. So if I touch the green, I'm gonna fry stuff. Coming in nice and close. Plenty of control with this quad. I really like the way it flies. I feel like I could really get crazy with some freestyle with the Larva-X series. The original one and this one, I got no real complaints about it. So some final thoughts. I think that they have another good design. I'm happy that all the components survived. I was a little skeptical about the Crazy Bee F4 FR flight controller on there holding up, and I've had this one for about a week now. There's other reviews out there, and this one's coming in later than some of the other reviews, but the good thing is that it came back in one piece and all the components held up on it. So I'd like to see that this one got a little bit cheaper for you guys. If it got in the $150 range, that would be awesome. But for what it is right now, there's just not a lot to complain about. Power system's good, the power rate ratio is great, the punch out's great. If I could be critical, maybe a little better tune would be awesome, but looks good from where I'm sitting. Really nice quad to fly. I'm Justin Davis, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.